Moving on now, I would like to introduce to you all, ladies and gentlemen, Christo. He was a fresh graduate when he launched Highcon India Private Limited in 1991 in Thrissur. A successful entrepreneur, his company is responsible for the manufacture of inverters, servo stabilizers, water heaters and lights. With a strong foothold in the industry, he efficiently heads 9 different companies and is passionate about taking the entrepreneurs to the next level. Today he is going to be talking to us about wealth management for the entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, I'd like to request Mr. Christo to kindly join us on stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you. On this exuberant morning, I am very happy to be here. The Circle of Success Business Conference. All of us sitting here want to be success in life, right? Yes. The big question is how one can become success. Nowadays, success is measured in a scale of how much wealth you created, how much money you created. The more money you have, the more respect you are getting in the society. That's not a doubt. Recently, a professor from IIM who retired conducted a survey in Kerala. He conducted a survey of 100 successful people, how they became success in their life. The result is an interesting story. Out of 100 successful people, 80% of them are not educated. When I say not educated, they have not completed degree. Still, they are very successful, employing more than 5,000, 10,000 employees. Out of another 20%, in that another 20%, 80% of them are success not in the area of their education. What it means? A doctor success running a pig farm. An engineer become very successful running a chain of hotels. From that he derived or understood one thing is that education is contributing only 20% of your success. Now the big question, what contributes? Many of the earlier speakers was mentioning about this. What contributes us for the success? Which create wealth for us and wealth for the society. It is nothing but attitude. So attitude creates 80% for your success. So today I will be sharing about my journey. How I created wealth in our employee, in our team, in our company, and for myself. After my engineering, in electronics and communication, I started, my project in college was inverter. So immediately after college, I was very clear that I will start myself. With that project, I moved forward. I started with 5 employees. We have around 450 employees now in different companies. After starting, in 10 years, we achieved around 9 crores of business. Our turnover reached 9 crores. At that time, I attended a program called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. After that came back, I was thinking myself, what I want in my life. What wealth and how much wealth I have to create. I have a lot of wishes. My company should grow. Our turnover should grow. Lot of wishes. But I was not very clear what I want in life. So I start thinking what really I want. How much wealth I have to create? I was confused. I spent a lot of time sitting, writing down what wealth, how much wealth. I need a car, I need a house, I need a villa, I need an estate in 5 years, 10 years. When I wrote that list, I understood the turnover what I am looking is not sufficient to achieve. Then I thought, there should be a higher turnover, higher growth. Then I was thinking about my team. So I went back, I called our managers at that time, unit heads. I asked the same question to them, how much wealth you want in your life? Most of them in the age of 30 or less at that time, no one is clear what they want in life. So I asked them, why don't you write down what you want in next 5 years, next 10 years, like whether you want a car, whether you want a family, whether you want a house, villa, or whatever maybe. We give a 1 month time. After 1 month, we came back, we asked them, what you written? And I told them, you have to think big. Thinking big and thinking small, the effort is same. But many people don't think. Why? The main reason people don't think big is because of one reason, only one reason. The fear of failure. If I think big and if I fail, what others will think? That fear takes us back. Fear is genetic, no doubt about it. It's a very important skill which is having. It's coming as genetics in us. If you have a fear of falling down, can you learn cycling? Never. If you want to learn cycling, you have to fall down. You have to overcome that fear. If you have a fear of gulping water, can you swim? If you are in the swimming pool, if you have that fear, you cannot jump into the water. That fear you have to overcome, then only you can learn swimming. So, fear should not control us, we have to control the fear. For that, we should understand what is fear. Whenever we face uncertainty in our life, we don't know what's going to happen next. Fear creates. In our life, we don't know what is happening next. In our industry, we don't know what is going to happen next in every moment. When we look like that, when we don't know what is going to happen and face uncertainty in life, fear is created. But you can look in the other way, like the people who are going for trekking, mountain climbing, river rafting, they also don't know what is happening in the next step. They may fall down. But instead of taking as a fear, they take it as an adventure. They take it as an adventure sport. So once we understand that, once we face the life as an adventure, everything will be happy. It's an adventure where we are going to face challenges. So I told the team, let us take it as an adventurous journey. So they came back. I told them, instead of thinking now 10 years, all this can be achieved in 5 years. To achieve in 5 years, what you really need to achieve all this wealth, which you think is possible only after 10 years, why can't we make it in 5 years? So I give them another 5 days time to come back to achieve these goals, whatever you are written. In next 5 years, how much the company should grow. You should see, or you should think big. That was the given direction. How much salary you need, how much wealth you have to create. That is in 5 years. To achieve that kind of income, how much turnover the company should have. Many of entrepreneurs sitting here will know, we always put percentage to our turnover for the salary. 3% to 8% depending on different segments. To achieve that kind of salary, how much growth in turnover they need. So I asked them, think about that, talk to the entire team, come back and we'll sit again after 5 days. Wish and a goal is very simple. Many of us are having a lot of wish. I told them they are also having a lot of wish. The only difference between wish and a goal is only time frame. The moment you put a time frame for your wish, it becomes a goal. It makes a total difference for your mindset. When we say that my wish to have a car, the moment you say my wish to have a car in next 2 years, it becomes a goal. That will change your mindset. So I told them, set goals, come back. When they came back and when they told, this is the turnover we want to achieve their goals. That was in tune with my thinking, what the company should achieve. And this was sinking. Once it sinks, then it is the common goal. So we told that to achieve, don't think about how. Let us focus when. Once it is happened, now the big question is how we have to achieve this goal. We are talking about a 10 times growth in 5 years, which is not practically possible for a small scale industry like us. But we made it a figure to the entire organization. This is the growth what company want in next 5 years. 10 times growth in turnover. Actually, we achieved it. The reason is that any goals when we set is possible to achieve. The only is that you have to set beliefs. This one is possible. We created a belief. How we created? The thing is that any belief in our life, whatever belief we have, is created through 5 senses. Through eyes, what we saw, what we heard, what we smelled, what we touched, what we tasted. Any belief in our life is created through these 5 senses. So we asked, why belief is important? Once we believed on something, it will go to our subconscious mind. This subconscious mind will send commands to our brain as thoughts. That's why all religions, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Bible or Quran, it says that your destiny is created by your thoughts. What you think you attract, as per law of attraction. What you think you attract in your life. The reason is that when you think, all of us think that it is in our brain. It is only remaining here. Now the technology has advanced in such a state that we can understand your thought is not only a thought inside, it's a electromagnetic waves which can be measured now. When you have a negative thoughts, you have a different frequency. When you have positive thoughts, it's have a frequency. Now the technology has advanced in such a way that you can put implants on your head and you can enter into a house and you can think, let this lights on. These thoughts can be interpreted through the implant. It can transmit wirelessly and switch on the lights. So the technology, why don't we think that technology can advance? Your thoughts can be monitored. Like a FM transmitter, you are transmitting to the entire life. So the thing is that when our thoughts is not here, the base of the law of attraction, what we applied in my life, all things are happening. Like FM transmitter, this thought is transmitting throughout the world, infinite world. We all learned about the tuning fork ensemble. When there are different types of frequency of tuning fork in a room, and if it is one triggered, the same frequency tuning fork will start singing and start vibrating. Like that, when you have a thought about the goal, what you want in life, and you transmit to the infinite world, the same frequency will attract and come to our life. That's why we are asked to think what we want in life, not what we don't want in life. But many people think exactly the opposite. They want wealth, but they think about the situation where they don't have money. The moment they touch money, they feel bad. What you are creating? You are creating a thought, and you are transmitting that thought, and it is a negative thought. And the same situation repeatedly come into our life. So if you want wealth, if you want money, you think good about money. The moment you touch money, feel happiness. When you see wealth in others, when you see wealth in neighbors, be happy. Tomorrow I am going to have that kind of wealth. That thought process will radiate and the same situation will come as per law of attraction. So in our company, when we tried this, all of these people were focused and we were asked, many of these people was talking about dream. We asked this team to dream what kind of wealth you want in our life in the next 5 years. To create a belief, the easiest method is to celebrate. Celebrate the future now. If you want to achieve that wealth, think about today is the day. We are going to celebrate, we already achieved. That is virtual. That is virtual reality. Once we celebrate what exactly we want in life, it has to anything create, materialize in this world. First it has to come as a belief in our subconscious mind. Once you repeatedly does this, it became a belief in our subconscious mind. Once it creates a belief through your five senses repeatedly, you don't have to worry about anything else. The entire world will make sure that it is happening. You will see many opportunities in front of us because the command is going from your subconscious mind to your brain, and all your body parts react accordingly, act accordingly. What you want to see, it's clear inside what you want. So when you go, when you open your newspaper, many people will not see, but your eyes will scan and then look at the point where you need wealth. When you go or traveling on a road or a street, you will find opportunities because you get commands from inside. That brings growth, success, and ultimately the wealth in our life. And I always feel I was so lucky in my life. Whatever I thought from young age, I was able to achieve. And I also started debating about luck, Jadagam. Because one person, you should be lucky born, otherwise it's not easy. It's not in our hand, it's in all God's hand. Later, once I understood about NLP, the neuro-linguistic program, in the way our brain is getting programmed, luck is created by our thoughts. So it's not moral luck, it's our thought process, our goals coming into reality, and we feel happiness and we feel lucky. So each of us, our destiny is in our thoughts. Only thing is, you have to think big. Thinking big, thinking small, the effort is same. If a small scale industry, if doing 50 lakh business or 1 crore, why don't we think 100 crores? Now it is the time to create wealth and opportunity because India is going to be one of the biggest economy in the world. At least 20 to 30% of the Indians should think big because the whole world is looking at India now. Even Chinese and Americans is going to have a war on economy, tariff trade, big war is happening. This is a great opportunity for each and everyone in India. We should grab that opportunity. So at least 20% of Indians start thinking big, India will become big, no doubt about it. So let us think big. Thank you very much. One more thing is that I am a person called dyslexia, learning disability. At young age, I failed in many subjects. I always fail in college, schools. That's why this kind of students can think big. They visualize sitting in the class while normal students write and learn. This kind of students, they are very slow in writing. In the class, I don't have nothing else to do, so I always dreaming about having 9 companies in my life. That happened already. I'm thankful for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts here. Thank you.